Hello, welcome to Roll for Bull. I am your GM, Ben Competence. We are running an actual play game of City of Mist. Normally we do Dungeons and Dragons both, but now we're doing City of Mist, which is a cinematic noir detective series with a hint of the mythological and the magical. All of our games involve myths. I just realized that. Like not even like fantasy tropes, like outright myths. Uh, these are our undetectives. Introducing them. Hello, say hello, undetectives. And we
Hello, undetectives.
hello. Um, these are wonderful people. Normally we have a fourth. Her name is Jin. She is here in spirit, but she is actually off solving a case that goes all the way to the top. So she'll be back. Um, she'll be back in 2 weeks.
We're expecting her to come back with God in custody. Oh,
With what?
God in custody. All the way to the top, baby. All the way.
Oh, nice, fantastic. Yes, that is incredible. It took me a minute. I was like, why would God be in custody? Oh, right, my own joke. Okay. Um, so we have three players. I will introduce them, but before I do, let me give you a little bit of breakdown of City of Mist. This is a detective noir series, but what makes this distinct and different is that in this city, the mist itself is infused with a number of myths, urban legends, horror stories, religions, fantasies, and fairy tales. Every fiction that has ever existed exists within the mist and graces the minds and spirits of certain people within the city. So some people are blessed with these with abilities based on them. They might have business person might have the electrifying and commanding presence of Zeus and the ability to create thunder or storms, and or the street vigilante might have the power of Robin Hood and incredible accuracy and even elusive abilities. Things get strange, unusual. It can involve time magic, fire, whatever you imagine. So I'm going to introduce three detectives that are trying to break a case down in Miller Square, and have certainly broken something. But in the meantime, I'm going to call on them one at a time, and as I do, I want them to introduce uh, their character, what their character is a fusion of, the normal, mundane, and the mythological. And the question for today is unique to this campaign, to this system. Uh, for those that can see the myth of your character, what do they look like? And by that I mean that everybody has a sign of how they were touched by the mythos. Someone who was infused with let's say, Zeus may have an aura of electricity crackling around them and a powerful, foreboding presence. Someone with the mythos of Medusa may actually have her hair moving with a life of its own and her eyes crackling with green energy. On forth to any sort of a story you can imagine. So we will start with Allison. Allison, what is your character?
Hi, I'm Allison, and my character is CJ Beldam. She is a fusion of an au pair and the other mother from Coraline. And for people who can see the mist or see through the mist, I can't phrase it. Um, I think that her eyes have just the faintest hint of buttons over them
Hmm.
when you look closely. And I think around the edges of her face, it looks like cracked porcelain.
This is wonderful, beautiful, and terrifying. And we will mention CJ Beldam a couple times when we're summarizing this session. But before we get to that, let's go to Reed. Reed, would you be so kind?
Yes, I am Reed. I'm playing the Private Eye, MC O'Halloran. And he is actually a fusion with the spirit of the city, the pulsing heart of the metropolis that they live in itself. And I think to anyone who can see through the mist in this case, he just sort of looks like slowly, if he's not moving, the color sort of leaches out from him and he sort of
Hmm.
goes into grayscale. And if he just sort of stops, he just kind of looks like he's turned to concrete, like a
That's
statue.
that's incredible. A little unnerving and incredible. Um, Lastly, let's go with Kiki. Or Kiki, I see Kiki. Tammy. I look at name tags.
I
That's
know.
on you. My bad.
Okay. Thanks, Big Bad Mommy Kyra. Yeah.
Outed.
You're in on true.
That's lost to time. No one heard that.
So I'm Tammy, and I play Jade Tamsin, who is basically a kind of like a social media influencer, professional organizer with a touch of low-key trickster god. And she is always wearing her leather jacket, tank top or a little crop top, and tight jeans, and like the big kind of combat boots. She's got hot pink hair, lots of eye makeup. But when you're looking at her, when she does tap into her Loki powers, her eyes will take on a little bit of like a green glowing hue. But when you're looking at her, it's kind of like, sometimes in a horror movie, you're looking at a scene and it's like you're seeing a flash of another image, but you're not quite sure if you actually just see them. It looks like a different person. And I'm going with the Marvel, the Tom Hiddleston version of Loki. So you're going to see the hint of those little horns, and then the hair is dark, and then just pale skin. But it just kind of flashes like to make you like,
Like a flicker.
little bit of a flicker with a little bit of a green hue, but definitely
Oh,
good
that's
green
unnerving.
eyes when she's using those powers.
Well, okay, that is definitely fantastic. So I think that with that we can definitely start to we can sort of summarize where we were last time and how things have gone. The young detectives have been solving a case involving Miller's Square. That's where this all began. Miller's Square is a little shopping district, little commercial area down in a rundown part of the city. And as they were investigating the presence of sharks, they were told there were sharks there with no further information given. As they were investigating those, they discovered that there was a murder that was staged to be a suicide. And looking into that, they discovered that there was a mob in the Falzoni family that had been cracking into this area and people going into debt there. They researched this a little further and found that the mob has been meeting at a place called Rusty's Bar. They investigated Rusty's Bar, and I believe it was Jade who made a very thorough attempt at investigating. What they found was the speakeasy in the back. They got some good photos in there. They got a lot of details. But then they had to skedaddle, Scoot. Things went a little cross-eyed. They left. They nearly ran into an enforcer of an especially powerful variety named Delia, a muscle-bound woman infused with some sort of shark abilities that they have not yet uncovered. And they were at a loss as to what to do next. And trying to come up with ways to catch her, to bring her in, they decided to use one second. They decided to use a certain ability. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. They wanted to use a certain ability called Stop Holding Back, where they can do anything their heart desires at the risk of knowing that it may backfire terribly. This was an ability of Allie, of CJ Beldam's. They used this ability, and it backfired terribly. Having unleashed her ability to create alluring and compelling dreamscapes, they created a world that would trap Delia in it, but why stop there? And letting absolutely loose with her abilities, the mythological side of Allison's character took over and made, I believe, did I describe it as a Miller Square, as a alternate haven? and invited as many people as possible to join. The call has been out for the people that Delia cares about to bring them in as well. So what was meant to be a cage for one person may now in fact bring in countless more. And now that's where we left off. Is there anything of crucial note that I'm missing, friends?
Had an unsuccessful attempt of like seducing the pizza dude.
That was the first section.
Yeah,
I know.
but it bears reiteration. If anybody, I think I told you, my wife was listening to the first session, and if you go back to the video when Tammy failed to seduce the pizza guy, you can hear a laugh in the distance, and that was my wife hearing that. So that is you got a cameo out of her with your chicanery. I see
Sorry.
wonderful people in the audience. Hello, hello. If you're here, feel free to chat. We love talking to people all the way through. And if you don't know the answers to the mystery, if it's not spoiling it, you're welcome to speculate along, talk to them, give advice, lead them down into bad corners. We'll see what happens.
We'll listen to you probably. Chances are, yeah.
We're easily persuaded.
Show
You
of
can bribe
hands,
us
who's
with
ready to
bits.
go? Show of hands, who's ready to go? Okay. So I'm going to start this session with a radio message. You guys are in the office of the Undetectives. Police at Precinct 23 are in a bit of a fugue state, unsure how to proceed, given that they have not made any breakthroughs in the case of missing persons, missing peoples. A large number of good, law-abiding citizens have suddenly been found to be missing from the area known as Miller Square. This is obviously, of course, where a horribly tragic event known as the suicide of Sam Saddle took place recently. It seems that they're just thrice cursed. You never quite know what's going to happen in the city. It all seems to get away from us a little bit. I guess that's just the way it is. Sometimes you have your business and you have your little local neighborhood. Sometimes it's completely gone. It might just be malevolent forces beyond our understanding. It might just be Walmart or Amazon. You can't tell. Point is, here today, gone tomorrow. Hug your loved ones, give them a kiss on the head. Today's winning lottery numbers are 15, 37, 24, and 12. Don't worry about writing those down. I just made it up. This has been KBZZ. Talk to you soon, Chuck. As each of you hears the radio reporting, and sure enough, one by one, the owners and workers at Miller Square stopped showing up and have been reported missing. Precinct 23, no idea where to go with this. It's been a day or two as CJ Beldam recovers her wherewithal, and CJ, you have your stats changed, as is the rule of City of Mist, that whenever you go through a significant event like this, you actually can replace parts of your character sheet and edit them. So having lost your ability, some of your manipulative abilities, you replace them with something new, which weaves into how you've been spending the last couple days.
Yeah, so I filled it in with a defining relationship, which is with my employers, the Buchanans. I've been mostly laying low in their penthouse apartment and just taking care of their kids and trying to get kind of my wits back about me.
That sounds good. All of you are here. You know that you need to find the source of this, the source of the problems of Miller Square. But you have a couple problems to deal with right now. So lest I tell you what to do, what is the group wanting to do right now?
Would we know about, like, how that failed?
She'd be able to update you, absolutely. That is completely and entirely acceptable.
So I guess the first question is, how do we shut this thing down?
I mean, I've never done anything like that before, so I don't really know how to overcome it, but I guess we could try to shake them out of it or something. I mean, we know where they are.
I mean, I suppose if are we like susceptible to getting caught up in this dream world if we go down that play?
God, I have no idea.
I've never really had anybody try to use it on me, I don't think.
I will say that CJ Beldam, you have made a world that was made to be compelling to people of Miller Square.
Okay, so
Mhm.
we'd probably okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we could go down there and take a look, see if there's anything that's we can do about it.
I mean, and maybe maybe if we get Delia out in the process, she'll feel like she owes us. I mean, we don't need to tell her how she got like that.
Allison, can you put your microphone a little closer to your mouth?
Ah, yes.
There. That's all. If you want to get Delia back, that's completely. Or you want to talk to Delia, that works.
Well,
So
shall we head down then?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why the hell not?
the crew, heads to the other Miller Square. In the apartment that was a safe house previously, you knock on the door, open the door in this dingy, dimly lit apartment with mostly working light bulbs in the hall. And when you open the door to Miller Square Route, you see an entire city on the other side within this apartment. So much bigger on the inside, you see the full recreation of this place. It is a beautiful sight, and but everything is working ideally. There's no there's no boards, there's no smashed up windows. Everything is clean and lovely and polished. A few tame changes you can see. By the one-stop shop where the police were investigating the so-called suicide, you see yellow yarn instead of yellow police tape all around the side. And you see at the ends of the streets where it goes elsewhere, you see large canvases painted to represent the rest of the city. The lights are on and the businesses are operating. It is anybody's action what you want to do. If you want to find a specific person such as Delia, they'll be easy enough to find. I won't make you go through that. But it's up to you.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it might be a bit of a challenge next time they want to go to the grocery store or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also just wondering if people are disappearing from our real Miller Square, maybe we'd have a better chance to go in and like snoop around, either around Sam's place or even maybe that back room of the wherever we were, whatever it was called.
Mhm.
The bar?
That, yeah.
Rusty Nail. Rusty Nail's not in Miller Square.
Rusty's place,
Mhm.
yeah. To see if, I don't know, just to see, depending how many people are gone. But like, we could certainly do this. But that's also just an idea.
That's possible.
You know, I like snooping. I can't get away from it.
I mean, maybe when they're in this alternative kind of mindset, we could go through and give another try at convincing the pizza place there, the kids, if they're here.
Do you guys want to leave the Miller Square route and go to the real Miller Square?
No, we wanted to check the pizza place in Miller Square Route.
Oh, okay.
If the people are there, if the people who've been taken have been brought there.
You guys go to Laser Hot Pizza, and you go in, and the whole place is completely cleaned up and polished, and there's just the ceiling fan in the middle. You hear like this nice, lovely, almost elevator music playing through the whole thing, and you see in there. You see in there. Sorry, 1 second. You see in there, Michael, who looks over and sees Jade and goes, "Oh, hey, hello, hi, good to see you guys here. Did you want some pizza? We haven't had customers in a little while."
Yeah, you got anything hot and ready?
Well,
No euphemism. Sally's face. Jade might
well,
actually be hungry.
let me
pizza.
see.
Sorry.
Let me see what we have. Let me see what we have. We should have some. I'll go check. And he turns and he walks over to like the container with like the hot and readies, and you see that he has like, it normally has like like pans for like 3 pizzas, and there's like 6 pizzas on each of the stacks. So there's like 18 pizzas in there, and he looks and he goes, "Yeah, I think we have one. How many slices did you want?"
Before I answer that, just to be clear on your powers here, CJ, are the people in any way, shape, or form affected, like under a trance where they will speak the truth, where that glowy power that I saw on Michael when I visited the real pizza joint, has that been negated kind of thing, or is it just literally the same?
Allie wouldn't know because you're speaking to the logos, to the physical, mundane ration of Allie, of CJ Beldam, and the mythos went completely unhinged and off the chain without reporting back. So if you want to do an investigation check, I can give you some information, but you got to go through me, not through Allison.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm gonna tell him that I want 3 slices, and I would like to try to see if I could gain my answer for what I'm asking. If their power, like whatever Honey Lips used on Michael, the gold shimmery power,
Mm.
if it has been negated once they're here or not.
You
Just
can order some slices, and he goes, "Okay, I can get this for you." And he pulls out the pizza, and he looks and he sets the whole pizza on the table and stares at it for a minute and goes, "No, no." And he cuts it, and then he looks at it and goes, "I think that's 3. That's a kind 3. That's a kind, generous 3." And he comes over and he puts 4 slices of pizza on the plate in front of you guys. He looks at you. He looks up, and his eyes are completely black, except for like 4 little twinkles of starlight in the middle of them. And he just goes, "I'm glad that you're here. We haven't had customers in a while. It's been nice to get the time to think to ourselves, but it's also nice to get to know people. Um, is there anything else that you need?" And I'll tell you right now, the magic before is very definitely gone. I can give you that.
shit, what the hell had I asked at that time that I noticed that goldness? If he had, I think it was if he had noticed any funny business with Sam before his death, something along those lines. I don't recall exactly what it was that I'd asked. Shit.
Hey,
You
kiddo.
can ask a
Okay.
new question. Be like, "Hello, welcome. We haven't had any visitors in a while.
Yeah, I imagine it's been a while. You know what would really help me out though? You had any dealings with Honey Lips?
Oh, not since I moved here.
What about
But I
before?
used. Oh, when I was here, yes. I had Honey Lips was a little bit of a was really nice to me, but he was nice to me in a mean way. Um, he what was I gonna say? He offered me a chance to improve and to be able to upgrade my business. That was kind of him. Um, I'm gonna let you guys roll. I'm gonna let you guys roll an investigation check. But whoever wants to roll an investigation check can. You will get a +2 because everybody here has the status of I don't know what to call it, but not overthinking. They have no ability to second guess or filter their thoughts. So you get anyone who wants to roll investigation by talking to people gets a +2 to this. They have other status conditions too, but those are different, and you can ask about those if you investigate.
Could I investigate with my private eye and know how to get you to talk?
Yep.
And that's a +2 to that. Oh, my thing.
They have 2 status conditions on them right now.
Just understood how that works.
How status conditions work?
Ah.
Yeah.
Great success.
So you get great success. So you have 4. You have the private eye get you know how to talk, and then 2 from him not having any filter. Anything you can. Well, I'm basically putting not a cloudy thought. They will not second guess themselves and say the first thing that comes into their head. I'll put it that way. So I'll give you 4 questions you can ask him, and also Willie will be over on the other side reading a comic book as well.
So what exactly did Honey Lips want you to do anyway?
Oh, well, he wanted me to improve my business. I told him that I didn't need to improve it, that I was happy the way that it was. That's clearly mistaken. You can see that it can always get a little bit better, but whenever he said it the way that he explained it, it made a lot of sense. And I thought, I could improve. I could be the only pizza place on the street. He has a way with words. Once he started explaining it, I realized how much sense it made. But I couldn't do it with what I had now. He was such a nice guy. He believed in me so much he was willing to loan me some money. You don't see niceness like that as much, well, in the other Miller Square. Miller Square Route, it's always peaceful. No one's mean to you here.
What about Sam? Did he have dealings with Honey Lips too?
Sam? Probably. A lot of people dealt with Honey Lips. He wanted to help the neighborhood improve. I always thought it was strange that Sam would take the deal. He didn't seem to have any money issues, but I guess we can all improve. But it was a little scary seeing him fall behind. It was scary to me and to my brother. I hope that he figured that out. I regretted falling into debt too. That's why I had to do what I had to do. I had to sell some of my comic books. Which is a shame. I like those. Get 2 more questions.
You two got any ideas? Any questions?
Maybe do we know like what it is that Michael had to do for Honey Lips to be able to give him this loan and do be so generous? Like what exactly was he getting out of this deal? Would that
You
even
want to ask him?
matter?
I would
You
imagine
wanna,
it's a highly predatory loan. We'll loan you
Okay.
$10 today for the payment to 300 tomorrow. Yeah, it's like payday loans, only with a giant shark lady coming to collect on
Mhm.
them.
Two more questions.
We could ask if he's ever thought about going back to the real Miller Square, or what it would take to get him.
Allie, you sound a little quieter. I don't know if it's you or the
Uh,
headset or something.
It's me.
Sorry. Is it?
No, no, it's okay. We could ask.
Do you want us to
like-
just turn you up on over here? We could Reed can turn you
No,
up or
no,
something.
no. It's
She's
fine.
at max already.
Oh.
Uh,
So soft spoken. Definitely not a
Mhm.
Tammy.
Mhm.
we could ask what it would take to get them to leave.
To leave this place?
Yeah,
Um,
if that's something we care about making happen.
are you asking that, or is that something you're
I'm-
nominating?
Nominating.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've got all the pertinent questions out of the way, so
So with these other two questions remaining, is that strictly with Michael for what Reed did his investigating?
It would
Because
be
what I
through
was-
that filter.
Okay,
Yeah, but you
okay.
you can roll investigation too afterwards, though.
Well, what I was thinking is I was gonna go while MC is talking to Michael. I was just gonna go sit with Willie here for a couple minutes and just chit chat about the comic books. I was actually going to start thumbing through the ones that were on the wall, but then I realized with the woolly pizza, this is probably just like a woolly kind of comic book. It's not going to be the one with missing letters, kind of thing. But I would just question him about that.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Go sit with him, and we will definitely come back to that in just a moment. That's a great idea. Reed, any other questions you got?
We
Or
could
Allie?
ask
Yeah.
about the fox and the cat and how involved they were with Honey Lips' loan, because I know that he would bring his comics to them.
that's a good point. Yeah. So, those two guys across the way there, the Heckle and Jekyll, what do they get out of this?
Are those their names? I thought their names were different.
I wasn't
doesn't really
formally
matter now.
introduced.
Oh. Well, they're always glad to. They're always glad to help us out and loan us money in exchange for something they can hold on to. It's very good, and sometimes it's very helpful. I know that they gave some people a good amount of money for something just before Honey Lips showed up, so it was good to have a nice bit of starting cash. I think that they're just here to help. Would you like some pizza?
No, I'm still working on this piece, thanks.
Oh,
Who was it, and what did they sell?
it was what?
You said that somebody went through and sold something important just before everything went
Oh,
down.
no, no, it would happen sometimes. People would go and mention wanting to go to the pawnbroker, and then later the Honey Lips would meet up with them. It's a small area. People talk sometimes. There's a few things. I've noticed a few people go there. I've heard about it. It's how I found out about it. When I needed to make a payment to Honey Lips, I guess some people see them before and some people see them after. Would you like a soda?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
You ever think about going back to the real other Miller Square?
Oh, I don't like that one anymore. It's angry and it's dirty And if I go back there, Honeylips is going to find me and he'll be disappointed. You don't want Honeylips to be disappointed. No, I think that it's best that if we stay here, where he doesn't know where we are. It's a little boring, but it's nicer. And someday people will come and buy the pizza. Do you want to stay here? You're welcome to. It's very safe.
I'm not into safe.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you for visiting. Stop by, and if you decide that you want a pizza, let me know.
Sure thing.
Jade, you are over by Willie, and he's just looking at this paper, but like as he's flipping it over, it's like 3 pages, and they're just like large full splash pages of like superhero comics that have like no continuity between them. Like one of them is like a person holding a car, and then I think another one is someone punching a bank robber, and then another one is someone just like standing there with a cape and wearing a cape in front of a large crowd. And he's just flipping through, so he's like, "Hi."
Hi, Willie. How's it going?
Boring. How are you?
I was bored until I came in here, but then I wanted some more pizza.
He's got a lot of it. No one's coming in.
Yeah, that's what Michael started saying before MC started just talking to him. You've been keeping busy with your comic books here?
None of them are readable. They're all just this blank stuff. There's just nothing in here. And he like turns it over, and there's like speech bubbles on the characters, but there's just literally squiggles instead of text.
Oh my god,
And
it's
he's like-
developed by AI. Comic books by AI.
And hi, Honey Bear, by the way. And he looks at, he goes, "There's nothing in here." He goes, "There's all of them are the same." And he goes, "Look," and he gets up and he walks over to one of the comic books, and he pulls it down, and it's a totally different cover, but he opens it up and it's the same filler pages. And he goes, "Look, it's the same thing." And Michael over at the counter goes, "Oh, don't do that. They're very valuable." And Willie goes, "Ugh," and he rips it in half, and Michael just goes, "Oh." And Willie just comes over and sits down and goes, "Oh, I don't want to be here." And he looks up at Jade.
Have you ever decided to like cut things out of a comic book before when you were bored, maybe?
I mean, maybe. Why?
Well, I received a letter once, not that long ago, that somebody's wanting some help, but they didn't give us much information. I don't know what they could possibly want help with. We want to be able to help them, but we weren't sure what they meant.
Oh, that's weird. I hope that you find out what it was.
What about you? Would you happen to know who might have done that? Or what they might need?
I want you to roll a convince roll, but I want you to tell me what stats you're using to try and manipulate them.
I definitely want to use my one of my subversion for the get them talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Can you use more than one on the same?
So you can use more than one, but they have to all be things that they have to all be things that are crucial to what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like they have to be like,
Yes.
yeah.
Because on my mythos for subversion here, I have hypnotic charms, see their motivation, and get them talking. So I'm thinking that
You want to hypnotize them?
to get him to tell me specifically, maybe? Yeah.
Okay. If you're trying to hypnotize them, then roll those 3. If you don't want to hypnotize them, roll 2 of them.
And that was a convince, you said, correct?
Yes. And then you gotta tell me what what status would you give him if he declines? Because remember, like sort of like stick carrot thing. Like, what would you maybe like stressed or enchanted, or like what would he be feeling if he declined?
Gassy.
Gassy.
Sure. Start farting.
Not gonna go with gassy. Not gonna go with gassy.
Oh, come on.
Stressed. Gassy.
Stress gas is
Um,
probably a thing.
I don't know how to speak to that. You just roll this. Just roll this.
All right. Convince. Where's my other screen? Da-ba-da-ba-da.
12 through.
That is, oh my. Great success with a 12, so power 3.
I'm gonna
Oh, my
save you
power was 3.
from. I'm gonna save you from ruling on gassiness. We are not going down that route in the future. But you just, and he sort of looks, and like he looks at you, and his mind just sort of you see his eyes just sort of relax when he's looking at you, like he's sort of disarmed, comforted. Once this like one guy who seems to, what's up? No. I was doing something. And he looks at you, this one guy who seemed to not be totally enamored with this place, and now you've mind controlled him. It's great. And he looks at you and he goes, I mean, I sort of may have reached out, may have written a letter to people before, and I kind of heard that you guys were detectives, so I thought that maybe you could help. And I put the letter out, but I couldn't let you find me, so I had to hide my... Am I in trouble? You see his like mind sort of like going like a haze as he's talking to you.
Oh, absolutely not. You're not in trouble at all. I'm glad you reached out to us. We want to help. Were you just wanting to try and keep your brother safe from dealing
Michael
with
was-
any lips?
Michael was scared of sharks, and he said that he thought that sharks maybe hurt Sam, and I didn't know what he meant, but I knew he was in trouble, so I had to go get help. I wrote the letters to you, but now Michael's mad. Or I think he was mad. He said that he couldn't sell any more comic books now. And I knew that wasn't good. I don't like it here. But if I go back there, then the comic books are ruined and Michael's still mad at me. So maybe I'm going to be here for a little bit.
Well, we're going to try and get things fixed so that you can go back. And I'm sure once Michael knows that you may have done that to his comic books to try and get help for him, I'm sure he'll understand and he won't be mad for long. He'll realize that you meant good. So that's what we're here to do, is to try to figure this out and make sure that nobody else gets hurt, like Sam.
Thank you. If you come back, can you bring a better comic book?
You betcha I will.
Thank you. Oh, I'm bored. As like the real Willie begins to like, his mind begins to like settle back in again. It is anybody's action.
Do you think if we just, physically took them out of here, it'd shake whatever's going on in their head?
Could try that. I could maybe try to make it feel like threat that's worse.
What?
I
You
could
got-
maybe
you-
make, I could maybe make it feel like there's a threat here that's worse than anything out there.
That's an idea.
Or I could just, pick him up. He weighs
Yeah.
about 85
Maybe-
pounds soaking wet.
Maybe we start there.
I was gonna say, how did we come here? Like, we walked into the office and
Yeah, you
this was
walked in.
here, right? So, yeah, let's maybe just pull him out.
Or do we maybe want to see if we can track down this Delia? Maybe if we talk with her here, she's a little less loopy, you know? Less likely to try to break arms.
You want to look for her then?
Take the kid out and come back in for us, and then go to the back room, speakeasy.
Well, we don't even know where she is right now.
Maybe
She will-
Michael does.
Maybe
Maybe
we
who?
come back. Maybe we
Maybe
come
the
back
kid.
for the kid. You know, once we talk with Delia,
Hmm.
we'll see if we can come back and displace the kid with whatever means necessary. Let's see if that
God.
works.
Wow.
I'm just
Displace the
betting.
kid with whatever.
I'm just betting I can throw him a pretty good distance, is all.
Nice.
He's a kid,
You are the
not
city,
a
I guess.
penguin.
Hey, some kids are penguins. Also, I just got your joke. So, what is the current action?
Let's see if we can track down Delia, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that it doesn't take you long to find Delia. The Miller Square route is pretty small, and it takes only a couple questions before cinematically I will do this. You guys find her in the back room of the one-stop shop where Sam Saddle's body was found. And she's just sort of sitting there. And there's and all around her there's all kinds of like food and drinks and whiskey and jewels and all of this other stuff. Like it's complete like it looks like almost like a dragon's hoard. And she's just sitting there putting her finger to her head like this. And just as you guys would find your way in, you're welcome to do what you want, but that is exactly where she is as you've learned about her. I think it was just fun to cut over to that, but if there's anything you want to do in the interim, you can do that. Otherwise, we could just be there.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah. Think straight there.
You guys get there, and she just looks and looks at me and goes, "Oh, what is do I know you three? You seem familiar. I don't think that you worked at Miller Square."
I think we just met in passing.
Yeah, you seem kind of familiar.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we know Rusty.
Oh. Are you part of the family?
No. Are you?
She sits and she leans back in this chair, all this money around her. She looks at like the crime scene in the middle, with all the little note cards and everything sewn and stitched with the numbers, and she goes, "You know, I didn't mean for this to happen. It just got away from me. I think this place here, it wants me to have what I want, wants me to be happy. So I came in and there's all of this money and luxury and everything. It's a grim fucking mirror is what that is. When you think someone's going to offer you every single thing that you want, and what they give you is just money and riches. God. They don't see me. They don't see me here. I have everything that they think I want. What they lure you in here with.
Chance to help?
Help who?
Who you got? Sucker for hopeless cases here.
I don't need help. I just need to figure my own way out of this. I did this. I'm getting something back at me. I hate this fucking thing. At least everybody here is finally safe. That's good.
Are you from Miller Square?
Isn't everyone here? Where are you from?
Currently, I'm living uptown.
So, what are you here for? Are we enemies? Are we friends? What's the deal?
How do we stop Honey Lips from doing this any further to anybody else?
Honey Lips is going to do what he's going to do. If you want to stop him, you have to break him one way or another. Or kill him. Or, I guess honestly, really? Find who's ever been given him that power. Because he's, And she thumbs their gills and she goes, he's not like us. Someone gave him that. He didn't take that. He wasn't that. Someone gave him that. It's they all got ahead of themselves. And she leans back again and she looks up and she picks up this bottle, this like glass of like fine brandy, and she looks at it and she just pours it onto the ground and she goes, "It's the grand feast. It's what they're gonna do. I guess you offer someone power, they'll always find a reason to justify taking it. And that's what they're gonna do again."
Who's that? The crime family?
The Falzonis, yeah. The Falzonis, they got their hands on this this food. They got their hands on this food that makes them what they are. The muscle people get more muscle. The thinkers, they get more they get more smarts, and the business people like Honey Lips, he gets more charming than a person could be. Knows just what to say. He talks to you, it feels like you listen to somebody talking to somebody that finally understands you. But it's not his power. It's the feast. It's what they get there. It's what they're eating. Is that what you're here for? Is that what you're going to get next? You're going to get some of this, aren't you? Everybody's going to get something. You're going to go get that, and you're going to become the next power here, aren't you?
I got enough power already. It ain't all it's worth. It ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Oh. Well, that's good to know. So you said you wanted to help me. What did you want to do?
Well, what do you want to? I mean, not to answer your question with a question, but if we're here to help you.
I don't know who the hell you are. I don't know what the hell this place is. You
I'm
say you're here
CJ.
to help me. I have no idea how you. I have no idea why, who you are, why you'd be here to help me.
Well, let's just say that I've taken a liking to the people who live here. Seems
No,
like
no,
you like
no,
them too.
no, no, no. Not no, no. Let's just say. No, let's just say. I'm telling you what I've been going through. I've been telling you what I'm dealing with. You give me a reason to trust you.
Could I? Would I still have the letter that we had been given in the first place?
Sure.
I'm gonna hand it over to her.
hmm
There's a 10-year-old boy over there. Came looking for our help. For all this. This is just a place to keep him safe for the time being. Help people get away from the things that cause them harm, you know? I ain't in this for you. I ain't in this for Miller Square. I'm in here to do this little boy right. And you, if you got something, you got an axe you want to sharpen about this? What happened here? You think you can do better than you have? Maybe you can do right by him too. We don't have to be on the same side. We just happen to be traveling in the same direction for a little while.
You know, I started out as a member of the Falzoni family. I was some muscle. I was an enforcer. They gave me some of that food, that weird goo stuff, and I didn't need to. And then I took it. And then for a little while, one day I woke up and she thumbs her gill. She goes, "I didn't need it anymore."
Oh,
I kept moving up. See, something awakened in me that doesn't awaken in people. So I think something found me. I don't know what it was. But I grew up in Miller Square and I was trying to make a living. See, the way it is, and she puts leans her weight on just like this stack of fake money that she's using as like an armrest at this point. And she goes, "The way that it is there's always going to be bad people. They're always going to be doing bad things and they're always going to be hurting someone. That's the way that it is. There's going to be someone moving in to Miller Square. There's going to be someone shaking people down. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that I like it."
Seems to me you're gonna be the biggest, baddest bitch that there is around here. You decide you want to take up some protection money, maybe you can, you know, do that for yourself, gratis.
I thought that if I was the enforcer for Miller Square, I could have some standards and keep them safe from the more brutal people out there. I thought that if I could get the money and I could make it work, that at least I'd have somebody there that wasn't some brutal monster that I would be able to help out and at least have some standards for this place like the Falzonis say that they have. All we had to do is make sure that the money gets to the Donna and nothing else is going to go wrong. That was my thought. It was going to get to Alessandra easy and then there wouldn't be any problems. And then Sam comes in. Sam comes in and tells me that he can't pay, but it's better than that. This idiot, this fucking arrogant dumbass gets his head up his ass and tells me that not only is he can't pay, he's not going to pay. and that he's gonna sit and that he's gonna report everything here to the police. Now, that doesn't bother me too much, but if he reports that, it's just a matter of time before the Falzonis start thinking that I'm fucking up this place, that I can't run this, that I'm not keeping them safe. I lost my temper. I thought about what I needed to do to keep everyone else in Miller Square safe. Now here I am. And she looks back at the police notes and the outline and the string representing the cable, and she goes, "Yeah, they're safe now. I'm a fucking hero." She turns to CJ Beldam. "So what are you going to do for me? What's the help you're offering? Huh? You got a fix for this?"
I don't know. I don't know yet. I think maybe if we can get everyone out of here, there won't be anything left to draw from.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get anyone else out here if you want. I can't go out there. Right now, it's
Can't.
better if I'm just someone that went missing.
Why's that?
Because you see how fucked up everything is.
So you hate it here, but you won't leave.
I go out there. They got to figure out what they got to figure out what happened. They're going to try and send in new people. They're going to continue to use me, and I won't have a choice but to work for them more and more because there won't be a way out of it. If I try and flee the city, they're going to find me there too, wherever I go. This place is nice. It's got a spirit about it. You can tell that it's off the map. It just feels like I could start over again.
See, the funny thing about sharks, if they stay still, they die.
You promise?
Fired. Oh.
I mean, is that what you want? We could help you with that.
Or could help you, carve yourself a little piece of the action. Maybe set up Miller Square as something outside the control of the Falzonis. Doesn't have to be perfect. But at least I trust that you got their best interests at heart.
You think that I can do that? You think that I have their best interests at heart after all this?
If you didn't, you wouldn't be sitting here crying your eyes out.
I'm not crying.
Sharks don't cry.
So what do you want from me to fix this?
Way I see it, one way or the other, we're going to go up against the Falzonis. We could stand to get somebody to have our back on this.
Reed, I want you to roll a convince check. And I need you to factor in a -3 for the pull of loyal to Miller Square route.
I think that I will not roll. Because I think it's literally impossible for me to do anything with that.
You can try and convince check. You can burn out something to try and get. Well, no, if you burned out, you get a 3. Yeah, no, you can burn it out and get a 3 success on convince. You just have to decide what you're using and what your what status you're threatening her with. Like I assume guilt or something like that. Or you can stop holding back and just immediately win.
that worked really well last time.
Narratively, it worked great. I'm having the time of my life with this.
The hell.
I don't even know how I'd stop holding back. Like, I suppose I could stop holding back and just make this apartment not exist anymore.
Ooh.
Yeah, you could. That's true. That's very true. I think if you burn out a tag, you do just immediately succeed.
All right, I'll burn.
Would you don't have to. You don't have to. I just want you to know the rules to know that it's possible.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have to do it.
think I'll
Leave her.
burn.
She's a murderer.
Know how to get you to talk. If that works. Like, to get to the heart of their motivations and that sort of stuff. Should be sending
Okay,
Tammy
so
in
you-
to talk about this.
You couldn't do that, but I'll tell you what. I'll give you an idea. I wouldn't accept the get you to talk thing, but you guys can change the game to reduce a status on somebody. She has the status of loyal to Miller Square of 3. If you did a change the game that reduced her status with one of your abilities, that could make the role more possible. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if only somebody had something that can affect someone's mind, or or something that can manipulate people.
Too bad
Or
we
we
don't
could
have
leave-
anything like that.
Or we could just leave her here.
Ah,
You don't have to do anything. That's fine.
hypnotic charms. What do I have? Chaos
Hypnotic
magic?
charms? Chaos magic?
Okay, hypnotic charm, chaos magic, deflect and dazzle. I don't know. Access to the reach and famous, professional organizer. I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. Affected appearance or social media. So I guess just chaos magic and. Do I want to use get them talking as well?
If you're trying to reduce her loyalty, you might see their motivations maybe,
Okay, let's do that one.
and this would reduce the status of her chaos magic. So that's 3. So you can roll that for change the game to try and reduce the hold of the place on her. Do you see how that works?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. And that ends up being a great
You rolled a
success with a 13.
13 with the power of 3, so you can basically do 3 things with this right now. You could just reduce her to not having the status condition of loyal to Miller Square, but you can also maybe do other stuff. You could like reduce the status a little bit for everybody because they're all 3. You could reduce everybody here to like a 2 or something like that, or any other effects that you want, or you just drop her to 0 if you want.
What'd you think, Reed?
I want to know what Tammy thinks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Tammy's action.
I think for now, like, just my opinion above the table, I think for now, the average city folk are kind of safe here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they're not out of their...
Oh, everybody's safe here.
Yeah.
This is the safest location I've ever run in City of Mist.
So, for the time being, our best bet is to, get her on our side.
So use it all on her? You think? Right now?
I'm not
The
gonna,
change-
I'm not gonna play your character for you.
Ah,
I've given you my opinion thus far.
Okay, so the
That's
change the
for-
game. The change the game, is that the one where I lose one of my abilities?
No, change the game is where you just alter you
Oh,
alter the
okay.
status of something, or you can basically.
Let's pump it all in her right now. Fuck it.
All right, you pump it in her right now. Fuck it. And you take this magic and sort of pick through and unwind and unravel her mind, the hold that this place has over her, and you see, her losing, her eyes just sort of clearing, her head sort of clearing, and she sits there and just goes, and she sort of thinks and just goes, someone fucking trapped me here. She goes, someone fucking put me here in this place. She looks around and she goes, this isn't the real liquor store. This isn't where this happened. What the fuck is going on? And she looks at you three and she goes, yeah. You were the ones that were talking about making it right? This whole thing's a big fucking mess. Okay, the whole thing's a big fucking mess. I can't stay here another minute. Listen, I gotta go take care of something with the Falzonis. I'm gonna go talk to them. They're gonna have their feast soon, and I gotta go tend to that.
You think that's
So,
So right back to helping them.
No. I'm gonna talk to them the way that they talk to people that are behind on their payments.
You
She
want some extra
smiles,
hands?
She smiles, flashing her many rows of teeth. If you want to help, I don't care. Do what you're gonna do. Just stay out of my way.
Following.
You're gonna follow her? He said.
Yeah.
she's the only one who knows where the hell we're going.
Exactly.
He starts to leave. You guys start to follow her, and she turns around. She goes, "You're serious about this, aren't you? You're serious about going after them.
Yeah.
You know that they're fucked up, right?"
Yeah. So
I
are
mean,
we, though, a bit.
More than a little bit.
He goes, "All right." He goes, "All right, listen. It's gonna be a little bit. In 2 days. Fuck, what day is it?" And she like looks at you guys and just sort of snaps and just, "What day is it?"
Thursday, the 28th.
Okay, in one day, they're gonna have their great feast, and they're gonna have that weird gold stuff there. And then once they do, this is all gonna start all over again. Because that's where they get this. That's where they get the strength, that's where they get the charm, that's where they get everything, is they eat that if they swear to be a part of this. And so we're not gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna let that happen. We're gonna ruin it. We're gonna wreck a dinner party, okay? It's gonna be in one day.
It's my very favorite thing.
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, well, good. Good. Today's your lucky day, both of you. Good. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there at noon. I'm gonna be there at 4 tomorrow. The Falzoni Villa. I'll see you there. Now I get the gesture of you following me. It's cute. Stay the fuck out of my way. I'm gonna go now.
Do you
And
want
she's
to,
gonna turn him. What's that?
do you want to at least give us your number so we can contact, make plans if we need to.
4 o'clock, Falzoni Villa, into this. Did I miss any part of the plan? Cool. Then we don't need a paper trail. And she just, she's like, I think we're good here, right?
Go on then.
You say so.
All right. She's gonna head out, leaving this square, leaving the Miller Square route. As she walks out, for the first time since you guys got here, this doesn't look like a full city. It looks like a stage set in the middle of an apartment. And she walks out, just throws open the door to the apartment and heads down the hall. As you hear her head down the hall, there's like this other person carrying a basket of laundry, and she looks, the fuck are you looking at? She heads back down. You guys are here. What do you want to do? I gave you a day's time in case you want to use a downtime before then, but also you can do whatever else you want.
So is that like 24 hours, or is that there's a day in between now and...
There's a day in between now. There's a downtime worth of time in between now and then.
Okay.
Don't you dare ask me for an exact time. We know how this ends.
What time of the day are we right now?
We're in punch a clock. That was terrible. I feel bad. I regret that immediately. You guys have some decisions to make. You have the Falzoni Villa ahead of you. I will tell you right now, the Falzoni Villa is very likely the finale to what's happening here. This could take a little while if you go there, but also there's reasons to prep. There are, in short, options, but better make some good choices, because the fate of Miller Square, the fate of the Delia, the fate of the Falzoni family, and now you, is wrapped up in what happens at that villa. The great feast where they eat some sort of strange food that makes them strong, that after swearing an oath of loyalty to the rest of the group, they are strong enough to keep a lock over this place for another year. Do you have any questions?
Jade would turn to MC. So she just walked out. Do we want to get the kid?
I think we leave
Or
the
should we
kid
leave
here.
him here?
Leave him here for
now?
now. I mean, it's as safe as anywhere's gonna be. And at least the Falzonis ain't gonna know where he is if they need to go collect between now and then.
Before we leave, I'd like to, I guess it would be a change to the game. I want to try to make a mimic of Delia inside of the back room in case anyone comes by and, looks in briefly.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Roll a change the game with the tags you'll use.
Okay. So I figured button-eyed mimics, and I figured that's probably it. Just the one.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need at least 2 to make it ongoing.
Okay, well, shoot. I mean, would Stitch Such Incredible Things apply here?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so change the game?
Mhm.
Hey!
Yeah, you can make an ongoing faux Delia to watch over this place with buttons for eyes. This is disturbing. You're using a button-eyed Delia to replace Delia. This is too many layers, and I don't like it, and I love it.
The thing about sharks, you see, they got black
Oh my
eyes.
gosh.
Button eyes, like a doll.
This is
Amazing.
incredible. So you make this, and now you have some planning to do, because we're near the finale of this, which I don't think will take much longer, but we'll see. Let's take a 15-minute break. I will see you guys 40 after. If anybody has any thoughts or anything, feel free to pop in. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. I will talk to you guys very soon.
Back in a bit.
Wait a minute.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, welcome back to Roll for Bowl. I am your GM Incompetence. I took a brief little bit of a break. We missed you all. Arcane Pursuit, I see this subscription. Thank you. You are so kind. Thank you for that. And yeah, we are getting ready. We're doing City of Mist, and our heroes are getting ready to enter the finale. They, after interviewing somebody, Delia have discovered that the source of what's happening here is at the Falzoni Villa, where they are about to have, a feast, which she says will empower them and give them the abilities they need to continue to crack down on people for another year, as long as those people swear to be loyal to the powers that be. So, you guys have, I think, if you left the other Miller Square, or are you still there?
I think as we left it, we were just sort of on, outside the building of
Mm-hmm.
other Miller Square.
Okay, yes, you were. So you were outside the building of the other Miller Square, and you guys have your information, but it is your goal what you'd like to do. It's your action. It's your turn. It's your spot in the initiative.
Do we want to go back to the real Miller Square, see if we can get some more information out of the two chuckleheads there? We didn't
Yeah,
see
that's a
them
good idea.
inside fake Miller Square, the fox and the cat, right?
No.
Yeah,
Do we want to
that's
maybe
good.
put some pressure on?
Can't hurt.
What was that?
Can't hurt.
All right.
I mean, maybe we could make it hurt just a little bit.
That's fair. Jade, how you feeling? Tammy, how you feeling?
Yep. Yeah, think we'll go do that, and then maybe we'll just go back and maybe get our shit together for whatever may happen at the Falzoni house hold, like weapons or whatnot.
Excellent. Understood. So you guys travel and you'd make your way to the other Miller Square. Hello, Fatima. Hello, hello, delightful soul, wonderful person. We're glad you're here. You guys get to the other Miller Square. It is your choice what you want to do here, because at the other Miller Square you see all the shops still set up. But all the lights are basically out. Except for the ones at the pawnbrokers. Everything else is shut down. Everything else is closed. It's quiet, dull, and dead here. Except for the pawnbrokers. Where would you like to go?
Let's go to the pawnbrokers, I guess.
That's what I was gonna say.
Just double
Right
checking.
there.
Fatima, thank you so much for the subscription. You are a beautiful soul, and we are so glad you're here. You guys get to the pawnbrokers, and you open the door, and immediately you hear, oh, what's this? We have because we'll have more money for you whenever the because we'll have more information for you when there's other people here, but there's no one here right now is the problem. So quit asking. You hear this voice from over the counter.
Is that I suppose
If it is a staring
I don't know.
contest, I will win.
Is it being yelled at us, or are they saying it to someone who's there already as we're walking in?
You just hear this voice over the counter, but you don't see
Oh.
anybody else in the building.
Okay.
think you might be thinking of someone else.
And you hear this, you hear someone almost fall out of a chair on the other side of the counter and stand up. Oh, no, shit. And this shorter guy comes over. It's like sort of dusting himself off, like adjusting his shirt, and he's got like this smear of like mustard on his shirt, on his face. He goes, oh, sorry. Sorry, we haven't had a lot of business here in a little bit, so my apologies. But yeah, how can I help you? How can I help you wonderful people? I'd be glad to assist however I can. My brother took the day off because we didn't have a lot of business here, but I'll be happy to help you in any way possible. He smiles at you. You see his eyes stretched on the irises till they look like cat's eyes. His face almost narrows somehow when he's smiling at you. What can I help you with?
Been a little slow around here lately, huh?
Oh.
It's been a little difficult. It's been a little tricky for some people have probably gone away for a bit because it's hard. It's a hard time. I mean, I'm sure you know what it's like. And we're confident that business will come back booming and better than ever soon. So things will be okay. They'll be okay. We're not bothered. We're not bothered.
Yeah, business picks up. You might even be able to do some improvements around here.
I mean, maybe. We like the place as it is. It keeps us happy, keeps us comfortable. What about you? What brings you in here? Is this something you're looking to buy? Something you're looking to sell? We got a little bit of whatever it is.
What about Honey Lips?
What about him? Who?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'll just
Nothing.
nudge MC.
Well, you know, we've been getting some sounds hitting our ears here. That, you know, some folks have taken out some loans.
Yeah, it
Unfortunate
happens.
loans that, you know, looking to do some improvements, and next thing you know, they're going into the gutter.
Well, people are trying, and people dream big, and that's I never begrudge somebody wanting to dream, you know. But sometimes people's eyes are bigger than their stomachs, as it were, financially speaking. And so whenever they make some bad deals, well, I feel sorry for them, but we're here to help out however we can.
You here to help? Or are you here to help Honey Lips?
What do you get out of this?
I don't. Well, we make a little bit of money being able to sell some things every now and then, but mostly uh, we're just good upstanding members of the community. We facultate all kinds of deals and bargains just to assist. We care about the people.
Yeah, caring by reporting back to Honey Lips on those that are really having a hard time and struggling, and then you send Honey Lips after them to take advantage of them. That's helping them.
I wouldn't have any idea what you mean. I think the word is helping, but I have no idea what what you're looking for. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to try and intimidate him or something, you might want to do a convince, because convince can also be like, because I told you guys, if you convince somebody, you can have a status condition if they disagree, right? That status condition can be broken arm. Like, so if you want to convince that way, or you can investigate, try and manipulate for information. They are not going to. These guys are rifts as in magically infused and are avoiding the conversation. There will be needs to be some sort of grease for these wheels. Is
I
what I'm
would
saying.
like to try to change the game.
Hit me.
If I can.
Okay.
I'm just going to put my foot against one of those display. You know, I would imagine they've got like a glass display shelf in the front.
Uh huh.
I'm just gonna kick it over.
Okay,
Uh,
that's not changing the game. That's wrecking something. Um,
I want to put stress on this guy. Yeah.
okay, that could be a convince. Yeah, that could be a convince. So if you're gonna try and threaten to wreck his shop in exchange for this, tell me what tags you're using to wreck the shop or to threaten to wreck the shop.
Let's see. I'm gonna use Iron Fists
Okay.
and maybe Steam Rush from my travel.
Okay.
And literally just you know,
If you want to knock over one of the shelves now before you make the roll, like just be like knock one over and then be like, "Hey, listen to me, or I'll do it again." Then you can invoke the knocked over one as a power tag. Do you see what I'm saying?
okay,
Does that make sense though?
okay,
Like yeah, okay.
yeah.
Um,
So,
you push over, you knock over this thing, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hey, 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 whoa, whoa, hey, what was that about? We're just having a conversating. What was that?"
look, I'm just
Uh,
thinking that maybe this kind of place is gonna look a little bit better if we, rearrange things. Now I could do a
I
little more rearranging if you want, or you can give us the answers we need.
see now you can roll the convince roll that you're going for with these things. As your body sort of lights up and crackles with this energy. Give me that roll.
Um, that was convince.
Yes. Great success, power 2. So basically, he get a stage 2 intimidated or shaken up or whatever. And or he'd go for this. Sorry, I get news feed. Video game voice actors just agreed to as a union strike, so go them. Hell yeah. That's separate, but we're gonna go with that. You knock this over, and you have someone. He goes, whoa, 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 hey, hey, and he looks over and he tries to side. He's like, um, you know, I think that we can dilute the escalation here by maybe making a little bit of a treatise. So, what have you got in mind? What can I help you with so that this doesn't become a rigmarole or chaos? You know?
I think you need to answer our questions. And I
Oh,
think
that
you've got
honey lips. He points over at Jade. He goes, "That honey lips. That's the one that you were talking about, right?"
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, there's a lot of names that come in here, and it's very tricky to keep track of who's who and what's what because we meet all kinds of members of the community. But I I think I know. So Honey Lips, yeah. Sometimes when he comes in, when people come in that we can't help, or maybe they need a little bit more help, we pass their name to Honey Lips, and he gives us a little bit of I mean, we're doing it just to make sure that they get help, you know, because we're compassionate. But then sometimes they might need a little bit more help, and maybe he rewards us for that. Maybe he gives us a little bit of a thank you bonus. That's on him. We didn't ask for that. We're just here to assist. You understand.
Hmm.
We're not bad people. We're just trying to help out and also make a little bit for ourselves just to pay the bills, just to keep the lights on.
just to get your nose wet.
Sure.
Among other
Yeah.
things. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you say.
And say, for instance, you need to get a hold of Honey Lips. How about would you do that?
Oh, well, we don't really have his number so much. There's somebody that comes by every week or so and gets a list of names. Uh, we know that he comes out. He's at the bar if we need to talk to him. so we can go there, or he can send somebody here. But we don't like call him because he's worried. He doesn't want anything. Yeah, I don't know. He's a real quirky guy. Doesn't want anything in text. I can't imagine why. I don't know. That sounds shady to me. Between you and me, he sounds like a shady person that you should look into.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't know anything about that at all
Mm.
because I'm just here to help.
Mhm.
I'm a facilitator, you know.
You get anything off of Sam there?
Oh, Sam Saddle, very sad case, very tragic. He was a nice guy. He came in and like he sold his well a little while ago, like a week ago. He sold his wedding ring his wedding ring to us, and we thought, well that's a real shame. That's a real heartbreak of a thing. I was crestfallen, I tell you this, but I like got him a decent amount of bucks, and I tried to help him out. And I told Sam, I said, Sam, you don't need to do this. Your matrimonies are valuable, and so you should be able to come back and get it. I told him it would be at barely a little bit of a markup at all, and he can come back and get it. And I told him, and he said he was going to be back. He said he was going to be back in about a week or so. So I thought that'll be fine. And then he goes and he makes the most tragic mistake. The most tragic mistake. And I'm mourning. I've been mourning this whole time that you've been here threatening me. I've been in grief.
See, now there's. Yes.
Ben wiping that little
I tried to
fake
keep a
tear.
straight face. I tried to keep a straight face.
Sorry, that was just awesome.
I'm back.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
been trying to keep a straight face in this character the whole time, and you guys' reaction that was what killed me. Oh
That's
man, I really hope if other people play this campaign with me, I'm gonna put Lyle in so many scenes now. Fatima, you said you missed a lot. It's a murder mystery, and it goes back and forth with like tingles and stuff. Basically, the really short. I don't want to tell them. I don't want to give away too much. They're investigating a thing that basically involves a lot of loans and a lot of loan sharks and a tangled web of people screwing each other over as a result of that. And they're just pulling at one more thread at the end. I think is that fair to say? An oversimplification, but more or less what we're with here. Yeah. So you guys have what questions do you have with this guy?
See now, the kid, Michael, from across the way, he come in with some comic books.
Really?
Oh yeah, nice kid. He's got them. He's
Oh.
got them graphic novels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
still,
he's got them.
still holding on to them.
Oh, I mean, a couple. Yeah, a couple a little bit ago. He goes, I got them, and he said he was gonna bring me some others, but then he didn't really have he said he didn't really have any more to bring in, which was a shame. Now, see, I don't really know much about comics myself. I'm more into movies and TVs. None of this comics or manga, but I have this. And he comes over and he goes, "Now this kid's real precious to me. He's a nice kid. I want the kids to grow up all right. So even though comics aren't worth that much, I figure, I'll take a real good care of it. So he's ready to pay for it back. He can get it." And he goes, "It's even in the safe back there."
See now, the thing that's happening here. You
Yeah.
you seem like kind of a learned fella here.
Thank you. I have done my educationals.
I would wonder if you heard of a term called usury.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes people come in and they usually want to make a deal or two, and I do what I can to help.
See now, that ain't it.
Oh, damn.
And now
I thought I
usury
had that.
is not a great thing. It is not community-focused behavior, if you understand.
All antagonistical and stuff, yeah.
As a matter of fact, what I would say you're doing around here is acting all predatorical on them.
Whoa. I'm not a predator. No.
God.
I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing sharky about them at all.
Interesting choice of word.
What's the predatorical? No, it's real. Look it up.
See now, I'm a community-spirited individual, if you understand what I'm saying.
I get you. You smash my stuff. You terrify me. You make me fear God. Sure, go ahead.
Well, now I'm just thinking that you're taking advantage of this community being in, somewhat of a lower, being in a bad situation here. So,
That's
here's what I'm gonna offer. You can go and you can get me those comic books. I can give them back to that kid,
yeah.
or I can go find them myself, and you can try to stop me between here and there.
I want you to make a convince roll. And you can use anything that would be relevant to the idea that it would hurt him a lot to stop you.
Well, I mean, for one thing, he would see. Oh, we got a raid. Hello, raid.
Hello, Raid. Hello. We are glad to see you. We're glad you're here. Feel free to ask questions. We like talking to the audience during the stream, and so we would be glad to discuss and mention anything. We are doing City of Mist, which is a cinematic, magical / noir detective series with myths and all the whatnot. Reed, what are you using for your convince?
Well, he is also a rift, so he would be able to see through the fact that we're not entirely human, right? Would I?
Yes. Oh yeah, he's able to pick up on that. Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able to use, my tough as concrete? Just the fact that you can try to stop me.
Yeah. Use tough as concrete. Yeah. Anything else you got? Yeah.
Iron fists.
Oh no. Yeah, do that. That makes me sad.
Sorry, that was convinced, right?
Because and so basically, tell me before you roll, what's happening to him if he fails?
What's happening to him if he fails is I'm gonna walk
Like,
back
if
there
he-
and I'm gonna open things up and I'm going to make the straightest line possible.
So you're gonna shove him aside and break through. At a 9, he doesn't have to capitulate fully.
I like that
He
even
gets it.
better.
You start to get in the way. You start to move past, and he goes, oh, hold on. Just domesticate yourself for a minute there. 1 second. I can go get you these comics. If you're antagonizing, you can do that. We can. You seem like a real antagonizational dude, and I sir, and I don't want to cause any problems there. So I can get you the comics. But I'm thinking, would it be better if we were partners? Compatriots, if you were. I could maybe give you some information, any information you want about Honey Lips or whatever like that. I can answer maybe a few things, or maybe I can get you something else. I mean, you want Sam's ring? I mean, I'm mourning the guy. I'm crestfallen, I'm grieving, but he's not coming back for it. I'll give you that. My heart just aches for these kids, and I want to make sure that they're okay. So I want to hold on to that for them.
See, now,
You tell me what you want.
here's the thing. You're totally right. Sam ain't coming
Thank
back
you.
for that ring. That's why I want the comic books. And you get to keep the ring at a substantial profit to yourself. If you any kind of
Yeah.
businessman, comic books for a ring.
You can mathematicate that, right?
Yeah, I finished the 7th grade. I mathematicate. But all right. All right, listen, you can have the comic book back. But listen,
Books.
we do this, we're friends. All right? I don't need any more of your trouble. I don't need you shoving over anything else, causing any more problems. You take this, you evacuate the building, okay?
I think you mean eviscerate.
Hey, no threatening, no threatenings. No, none of that. We're peaceful. We're doing a negotiating.
I'm gonna like splay my hands out on the counter and kind of lean forward, and I'm just gonna say, "So here's the thing. You
Oh,
know what
not you two.
friends- You know what friends do? Do you remember me?
Yeah?
I feel like you don't remember me.
What am I? Sorry, refresh my memory. What did you do in the last session with this
I-
guy?
It was 2 sessions ago. I gave him a pearl necklace in exchange for some info about Sam.
Right.
You know, my good old Uncle Sam.
And he goes,
Uncle Sam. What's you?
right, we're friends. I'll tell you what. All right. Listen. Come in, take the comic. I'll get you the comic. Just don't be doing nothing more to the store and to me, okay? Is that fair?
You said we were friends, right?
We're the bestest friends. We're the closest friends, but also I got a business to run.
Excellent. You know what friends do for each other?
Well, it
So
depends on the types of
much.
friends. It can be real
The
not a
best
family
of
business.
friends. You know what they do for each other?
Listen, if you're going to subtextualize, I need you to put it up out there. What are you talking about?
They keep their secrets.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to not tell Honey Lips we were here.
Yeah, I'm not planning to talk about any of this at all. This is all unpleasantness. I can absolutely do that. This is between you and this is between you, me, and the security cameras. And they ain't they're not telling anybody. They're just gonna be here for me, and they're just gonna make me sad in the future.
All right.
He goes over to the safe and he goes, "Aye, sometimes this job is just a little disappointing." And he puts in the number, which is like 12 digits long. And he puts it in, and he looks at you all to make sure you're not looking at it, and he adds an exclamation point. And then he opens it, and he brings out this comic book, and he goes, "No, I ain't knowing any graphic novels or anything, but like, this isn't nothing, right? Because it's just it's not even a high number. See, I know that you are serious adults that do serious things, so I'll save you a lot of time. This right here," and he sort of slaps the comic, and he goes, "This ain't much. Because the higher number they get, the more valuable they are. So you can see I'm giving you real shit here. But I love the kid." And he hands you issue number 1, first printing of the epic famous fantasy adventure Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. This is, and not to put a fine point on it, but this is their equivalent of issue number 1 of Superman he has in here right now. This is a thing that could buy the entire store. And he's looking at this.
Didn't he bring in comics? Not just one?
Yeah, I bought some other ones, but well, I guess you twisted my arm. And he like goes and grabs a couple others. He brings you a few, hands them over. None of them are that valuable, but they're all worth like a couple hundred each, maybe like some rare variant covers, some signed things and stuff like that. They're all rare, but this they're all worth like a couple $100. I'm gonna look up how much the first issue of Superman is worth now.
Couple of million at least.
It's got to be
Mint.
2.6 million. 2.6 million, yeah. So yeah, he's
I I hope it's in a freaking sleeve.
Oh, it's like in a sleeve and a case with like its own illusory bodyguard following it. Yeah, like it is.
Does it look like a little sheet, like a little bib?
Yes, it's protected. It's protected heavily. But yeah. He goes, kid didn't want to part with it. I told him I'd give him a good deal. He needed to make a payment. I told him, you know what, I thought I'd help him a little bit, and I offered him more than I usually give for comic books. I don't even normally trade in comic books. I offered him like 2,000 for it. That he said that I was going to pay off his debt for like a week or so, and he seemed happy with it. Now, I think our transaction is done, right?
I think I'm happy with that. If you...
I have one more question.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, good to help you, ma'am. Happy to help out. How can I assist you?
Where might we find your brother if we're looking for him?
Oh, no, he's home resting. There's just nobody here today if you want to go. He can give you the address. He rattles off the address of his home apartment. But yeah.
All right. Just
Are you
checking.
going to have a talk with him too? Is he in trouble?
Not any more than you. And
I'm
we're
sorry to hear
friends,
that.
Remember?
Yeah, I'm real glad that we're friends. This has been a completely uneventful, low blood pressure kind of situation, and I'm glad to have it. Guys, I'll be honest. I just want to just play this character for like every session from now on. In about 5 minutes, he's not going to be a thing in any of my canons anymore, and that breaks my heart.
There's going
About
to
to
be a
be the new
shop in
NPC.
Mitros.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Hmm.
All right.
Well,
He's making notes. Look, he's making notes.
I really considered having one of the rifts be a character from Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, and it felt like a little too like recursively loopy, and then I'm like, and my head was like, well, where does that open up the lore for these things and stuff like that? Like, there's a character in here that you guys probably will never meet. They're like, if you do something completely random, you can run into this person who's basically very physically powerful. And I was thinking of just having that be like the Rift of Cray, but then I'm like, that just makes a lot of weird loopy questions, because that makes Odyssey of the Dragon Lords fiction in their fiction. Like, that means that neither of them are real. So I'm like, I can't do this. It hurts my head.
See,
But
in
I
the
almost
city,
thought of-
in the city, Roll for Bull took up where Critical Role was.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have. That's what I'd be doing. I'd basically be saying that Roll for Bull, not Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, but Roll for Bull is canon. Is what I'd have to do. And I'm like, that's weird.
I could be a rift of myself.
oh my God.
That is a motivational poster that's never going to sell, but you should. Anyway. Be your own rift.
Oh, there you go.
So did we? Yeah, we lost every viewer ever. Okay, so where do you guys? Where do you guys want to go now?
What I'd like to do once I've got this, secured and we're ready to take off, I'm gonna travel through the utilities
What?
and, yeah, my point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
Because it turned out that the car thing didn't really work in the concept of how this was.
Okay, help me out here before you get into this, so that I can track this in my brain. And I need to drop Lyle's voice now with a conscious effort, or it's gonna haunt me for a week. Just track it with my brain was a him thing, and I realized I was not doing that on purpose. I need to know what move you're doing and what your end goal is, so that I can properly visualize what you're saying.
All I'm looking at doing is basically escaping into the electrical system so that I can pop back out in the pizza place, inside the locked pizza place.
Okay. So, okay, if you want to move there,
and ideally, if I could just blow out the light fixture that I go through.
Sure, use this. We're gonna call it a sneak around. Actually, let's go with that. Roll that because that's your end goal is to not be noticed when you get in here, right?
Not so much, just to bypass the locked door, so I'm not like smashing open the door of the thing. So I'm less trying to, be sneaky or anything.
Okay.
It's more to be a dick and smash his light while we're on the way out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In that case, yeah, let's just use the change of the game for this,
Okay.
and we'll smash some light bulbs on the way out.
I think that's still setting the wrong thing. So I'll just travel through the utilities. Try to change the game just like that. Mild success.
1 second. So you do this. You change the game so you have 2. Yeah, you just go through, travel through. We're gonna say you can burn a power tag, the light bulb. You just destroy something. So you just destroy the light bulb tag as you travel through, crack that open, and he just goes, Jesus, as you head out. All right, nice, nice doing business with y'all. So
Guess I'll use the
You
door
break in-
and get out like a peasant.
like a peasant,
What the hell, just leaving us here?
you
Jesus.
you guys, you
Hang
get
on.
into the room.
Did
Mhm.
did MC grab the comic books with him?
Yes.
Can he make that disappear with you? Oh fuck. Okay. That would have been fun. He's like, okay, I'm going to the pizza place and forget the comics.
You get out the other side with the burned comic book.
Oh no!
It was
Not
wonderful.
really. No.
I was gonna say, I
Um,
cannot tell how serious you are.
No.
no,
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 it's
I would
not
put
burnt.
a lot more.
He'll have left it on the counter if that's the case.
I put a lot more theatricality into that. So you are on the other side, in the pizza place. What do you guys want to do here?
Since I'm there, could
Mhm.
I hit up Jen?
You used Jen before, so it's kind of burnt out unless you did like a rest. But you depends. What are you going for?
I'm just looking to get. I was going to take a couple of shots of the comics that he had,
Hmm.
and I was going to basically, see, market value, what kind of market value these things actually have.
Okay.
And, maybe a couple of links, get a couple of links that I could, leave as a note, on a napkin that I put on top of the whole thing.
Okay, let's do it this way. If you guys are you guys gonna explore here? Okay, you're gonna do that. So I think you burned up Jen. I'll let you use her once per session. It's a one shot. I don't need to be perfectly balanced. I just realized. So roll an investigation check. Use Jen, and you can use the comics as a power tag. Anything else you want? I'm trying to think like, oh, is this balanced? I'm like, fuck it, we got 2 more sessions and these characters are retired. Just fucking go.
Okay. So, +1 for the tag?
+1 for the Jen and +1 for the comics.
Okay. Another mild success.
That's an 8. 8 is that a mild success?
That's
mild. It does.
success.
It's a mild success. Okay. Your investigation exposes you to danger. Who's you get her fuzzy, incomplete, false. You. Okay. Ask me your 2 questions.
Can I get a rough value of these comic books?
You send the picture of these and ask for the rough value, and let me put the response. I'm gonna put the response that you get in an email. I'm gonna put it in the chat for Roll for Bull because this is literally just what you receive. Well, let me see if it does this right. Oh, it doesn't do that right. It doesn't do the emoji, but you know that emoji where the where the person's like got money eyes and they're coughing up money out of their tongue and everything like that.
Mm.
Yeah, she just sends you like 30 of those in response. And then sends you back, sends back, oh, these pictures aren't good. I would need to investigate it up close. And then sends you a picture, a gif of the Puss in Boots' eyes. It's like, oh, and like that. And that's just. And then she says right back, JKFR, money, money, money. I will give you the amount. Ben, don't play with numbers. It is worth easily over $1 million.
Okay. And
Poor kid probably didn't even get nothing near that.
Oh, he sold it for $2,000. He sold it for $2,000, which was enough to delay Honey Lips for a week.
Jeez.
I might just follow up. If someone were interested in selling these, where should they go?
Ben doesn't know, so I'm going to say online dealers, and Jen would be able to set up
Yeah,
something for you.
Yeah, just
Online
something.
legit.
Yeah.
A legitimate auction house or something like that. Rather than
Yeah. She goes, I can ping around. She says, like, look, she's going to write back and say, I can look for places. Just let me know how much you want to sell it for. Let me hit enter. No, she's going to say, let me hit enter, and I will sell it. Anything you want to say else there?
I'm just gonna say, not looking to sell yet. Just want to give options.
She writes back, are you sure? 12 question marks.
Not for me.
She
Helping a
writes back.
friend.
She writes back, ... Oops. ... User is typing. Okay, what if I already put it up for sale? And she says, don't worry, I used my name. No one's gonna track it back. Anything else you want to say here or do here?
I'm just gonna make sure it's left somewhere that's sort of out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'll leave a note on a napkin or something that I can find here.
Mm-hmm.
With, estimated, something like worth a lot of money. Check.
Properly.
Yeah, real auction house. And then sign your friends, the undetectives. And then.
Oh.
I don't know. I would imagine if it's like most restaurants, the cash drawer is probably open at the moment because there's no float in it. I might just put it inside the cash drawer and close it.
Yeah, that's fair. Reed, how do you delete a message in Roll for Bowl? Because I can't get rid of the money mouth thing. I don't know why it's not letting me. Can you get rid of that or something? Because I can't. It's driving me a little crazy. It wants me to look at.
Give me a sec.
Wouldn't it delete it if you ban him?
I think I need to go into mod view. Hang on a sec.
I am bad at what I do. On the inside, like emotionally. Oh, here we go. I see it.
I fixed it.
I still can't delete it. If you fixed it, you.
I think it is still showing up, but only if you're. Oh, unable to delete message. I think you're too. You've got a higher priority than I have as moderator or something. I don't know.
I have regrets.
I can ban you.
No, I like me. It's just a mistake we'll have to learn from.
Yep. Oh well.
So you put this in there. Jen emails you and goes, "Hey, question," and she sends a question mark.
Yeah.
How do I put this? She's gonna say, those are your comics, right?
Like I said, for a friend.
Not the no, not the ones that you're holding, the ones in the background of the pictures.
No, little pizza place in Miller Square.
She says back, she goes, hey, this one? And she sends you back, you know the thing on Google Image where you can like match images and stuff? And she sends you back a picture of the comic wall from Laser Hot Pizza from a news story 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, dot. People might know where this comic's from now. She sends you a GIF of a Hallmark card that opens up with a little pop-up message that says, sorry, I doxed you. You rolled on your investigate. What I'm driving at is that you rolled on your investigate a number that means that something gets complicated or can backlash for you, or you get exposed to danger. Your search for information here has not given you away or anything specifically, except that the comic book that was from Laser Hot Pizza is now out of its safe. And anybody tracking this thing would be able to understand what that means pretty quickly. But that's all I got for you right now. It is your action what you would like to do.
I can hide it somewhere safe, too.
Yeah,
Fair
I mean,
enough.
I was just going to, assuming I could walk back the fact that I've now locked it inside the cash drawer.
Yeah. It's in there, isn't it?
Basically,
Just take the cash drawer. Just take the whole register.
You know
Use
where
the
to
muscle,
upgrade
man.
them plugs.
I mean, depending on how old the register is, if we don't do it properly, you'll burn out the fuse, which means that the register will need to be replaced.
That wasn't the
think you
case
could
until you told
afford
me that.
that.
That wasn't canon until you said it.
I'm sorry, work is getting into a reality.
I'm so sorry about Money Mouth. I'm so sorry. I regret so much about my life.
Chat, you need to chat more so that Money Mouth goes away.
Yeah, we can't get rid of it. We don't know how. We don't have the technology. We genuinely don't. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't think that I should be allowed to delete that.
So,
Anyway,
what do you guys want to do
we're
here?
professionals.
Maybe.
So anyway, I would, yeah, I guess we'd take the cash drawer and just bring it somewhere safe, back to my office or something,
Wonderful.
and instead leave a note of something along the lines of, phone number or something like that I can be reached at.
Okay. You leave that number there. You take the safe. You were gonna cut ahead to the safe in the undetective agency with the comic book in it. But it's anybody's action what they want to do here. Do you guys want to have a downtime and like plan for something, or do you want to?
I think that sounds good.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So we have one last downtime before we prepare for the finale. So as we prep for this, thank you everybody who spammed the chat. I appreciate that. No more Money Mouth. And Reed, can you go through and ban all the spammers because we need a positive, clean chat here. So, as many of you know, during the downtime, you guys can do any number of things to prep for the next session. You can power up your logos. You can work the case and get any 3 questions you want answered. You can power up your mythos and get 1 clue. You can recover all of your burnt tags or prepare new tags. Reed just tried to ban me from my channel.
You asked for me to ban the spammer. Technically, I
And we're
just
just gonna
tried to time out you, not ban you.
Don't mess with the wizard, Ben.
So when they say you come for the king, you best not miss. It looks like you missed. So now we find out what chapter 2 of your new story is.
We're professionals.
You can prepare for your next activity by recovering all burnt tags or getting 3 juice towards making new tags. Or you can recover from a status condition. So I'm going to roll 1d3 and see what each of you wants to do. It is 1 day until the Falzonis meet. Allie, what do you want to do?
I want to recover my burnt power tag.
How are you recovering?
I am going to, while the family is out and I'm at the house with the kids, I'm going to just completely take advantage of my access to their lavish lifestyle and just completely relax.
Oh my god, this is wonderful. I love this. You just treat yourself in somebody else's home for a while and just recover. And yeah, you get your power tags back. You are feeling much better, much more peppy. I love it. Go ahead with that.
CJ just
Did
in
your-
the jacuzzi tub with a cigar and a glass of wine.
Cucumbers, all nine. Baby's in the other room
being a
screaming.
housekeeper. Kids screaming, builds character. You guys can't see it, but I just exhaled when I put the cigar in my mouth. Yeah. I can't even
Did it wrong.
envision decadence.
I like that you had to tattle on yourself. Like you knew we couldn't tell, but you had to make sure we knew.
My failures must be documented as much as my successes. So, Tamitha, what are you doing?
I'm kind of wanting to, because I'm not entirely sure what it all means, explore your mythos.
Okay, so
tell-
exploring your mythos, yeah, you get to indulge one part of your mythos. You get one clue based on what your well, let me come back to that. You get one clue, and you can level up one of your you can get like experience points for one of your cards. This won't really matter that much since we're going to be done with the session after next time. But like basically, every time you indulge in a roleplay trait on one of your sessions, you're supposed to get experience points, and then those build up improvements, which we haven't really been doing so much. That's my fault. But there's a type of investigating that we haven't done so much lately, where you can actually turn to your mythos and let them help you by seeing the world through their eyes. Like you would actually, instead of like you looking at something, you could ask Loki what Loki's thought process would be on something like this, and I would give you clues that way or something like that. So you can indulge your mythos, let Loki play, and also ask them one question.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So then, on the tabletop, consulting with my colleagues,
Mhm.
Reed and Allie, as well as CJ and MC. What do you think I should basically ask Loki in this? Because I'm assuming that Delia is going to let us get in the house. Or do you think we're going to have to find our way in still? Because that could affect what I would sort of want to contemplate with Loki-ish. With my Loki-ness.
Is Loki limited to the knowledge that Jade has?
Loki is limited to the knowledge that Jade has, but Loki's able to see things through their eyes. So I would basically ask myself, are there deductions that Loki would make if they were their own person? Are there things Loki would see as a master manipulator? Like, if you could sit down, like I know Loki's basically a voice in your head, but for a moment, if you could sit down and ask them what their take on this is, these are the things that they would say. Does that make sense?
I'm distracted by your earthquake. Your camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shake my feet. I twitch my feet. Thank you. So basically, you would basically be Loki is not omnipotent, but they would be able to give their perspective, almost like you could tap into and listen to Loki more than just a source of powers for a second. So I say that I filter things through the lens of somebody else, through the lens of what clues are available. You could basically ask me anything about the case as if Loki were commenting on things you've seen so far. And since they are a master manipulator and trickster, maybe they have some insight on the lies that have been happening.
Because I'm assuming we are discussing what we're going to be doing on our downtime before we actually do separate and go do our own shit. So this would be where I would be kind of talking to these guys before I go consult with Loki.
I wasn't assuming it, but I will
Okay.
assume it now.
It couldn't hurt to get some perspective on how to approach the higher ups in this.
What
Or,
would Loki know about dealing with higher ups?
maybe get some insight on how we could get in to this place if Delia doesn't come through for us. Or if she's, going to be a one-man, one-shark wrecking crew.
Those are both really good ideas. La, 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 la.
No wrong answer.
I know. I'm trying to word it a certain way where I can kind of get both.
You could do the 3-question
Wordplay
thing and
image.
ask that way. You could just do the 3 questions.
To
But,
the Loki.
Yes, I will let you do that. I
Okay.
will not let you phrase things in cryptic run-on sentences meant to give multiple answers.
Some people have a gift for that. Should be acknowledged. I'm not saying that I do, because sometimes I totally miss the mark. But yes, okay, let's
Well,
go with the 3
who
questions.
would be the type of person that would get away with that, and how long have you known that person?
Fuck this guy. I have to double think the way I say certain things at home because I know he's gonna pull some bullshittery on me, which I love
And that's
though.
and that's been a thing he's done for a while.
Oh God, as long as I've known him,
Okay, so that's
maybe not
that's a-
directly from the beginning, but once he knew he got me.
Oh, okay.
I
So, like,
wasn't
a
gonna
double-
name names, but he lifted up his hand. So
It's like a good double question like that. Okay, I see. That makes sense.
this guy makes
So-
me think outside the big box. So
You guy's an ass.
It's true.
he's got a
love you,
nice
Reed.
ass though.
It's also true. I've seen the blog. So
Sorry, Twitch
Doesn't
Cat.
know
You're
about
just
it.
going to have to go with us on this one because I don't want to get our channel taken off.
Anyways, the 3 questions to Loki.
onlyfans.com/rollforbull.
Oh my god! Okay, we gotta do this now. We're professionals, but we're poor, so I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
We're porn professionals. So
I've been trying to get back on track, guys. You're
feed.
the one.
Got the feed out of control.
no. You want to ask 3 questions?
Yes.
Let's just switch it. We'll be right back.
After these messages. I was thinking the other day, wow, I could be way harder than I've been in RC. Oh, Arcane, Arcane wants to know if because they're in the Sunday group and they're talking about whether I allow more hardiness in their games. Arcane, one of these people is in 2 poly relationships in different campaigns of mine, and legit celebrated a recent victory with a threesome. And I think the other person, what was it, Reed? You introduced your character in Odyssey of the Dragon Lords by like hooking up with like a husband and a wife like at the same night without them realizing it or something like that. It
Didn't
was
he
something
answer
like
the
that.
door in the nude with
No.
them in the background?
Yeah.
It was a woman and her affair.
Oh yeah, you were a woman and her affair, and then it turned out you were also sleeping with her husband later or something like that. I think, right?
No,
Or was the
I
husband
was
involved?
sleeping
Allie
with her
was.
You were
husband.
sleeping with the husband. You were sleeping with the husband. That's right. No. That's the thing is like when you're Curse of Strahd, it's not this universal also in Curse of Strahd where it's not that horny of a game, and it's always very like repressed. But then you get to my other campaigns and it's like, hi, welcome to Sextopia. So anyway,
Ben,
what's up?
look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. And repeat that Curse of Strahd is not a horny campaign.
You make Curse of Strahd a horny campaign.
Yeah. Our Curse of Strahd campaign was about as chaste as a nun on Sunday.
Yours really was. Yours was like
We got a couple
Oh.
hooked together to get married. There was no nasty business
Aw.
between them.
you.
They got
You
married.
saved
Or-
Barovia with the power of a rom-com.
Aw.
Allie tried to bang her way through distracting the town guard in a previous session and just failed over and over again.
She's tenacious.
Yeah.
Mhm. My barbarian lost her great sword.
Oh, that's the worst. That's who
Are-
they are.
Arcane, you make a good point. Arcane, you make a good point. I did advertise it as please make out with Strahd. Do you guys want to play City of Mist sometime?
Yeah, let's try it.
Tammy, do you have 3 questions?
Yes. Allie had one for Loki. Reed had one for Loki, and I don't know what I'm going to be asking. It may depend on the answers of these two. So how do
Cool,
we talk
it's
to the
your
higher
turn.
ups, and what do we do as a backup if Delia decides to be all sharky and forget about us and swim on her own?
I think that you would sort of think for a moment as Arcane's got me dead to rights. My Strahd games are horny. I'm so sorry. I confess. Like Wonder Woman with the golden lasso. I confess they're horny affairs. You would think. And thinking this through Loki's eyes, when you think about this, they said the name was. I'm going to give you these thoughts that are going to appear in your head. I'm going to cover my camera. The name's Alessandra, right? So you know the leader of this. Now, the thing is, there are 2 types of people in an exclusive affair. The people that belong there and the people that don't. If you belong there, then belong there. Whether that means declaring your place or asserting your place. And if you don't belong there, then best not to be seen there. Blending in, sneaking in, lying. They're the liars. They lie better than you. But you can either get an audience or not be in the audience. Those seem like the 2 options to me. What do you think? As for your second question of ways to get in, is that what the question was, MC?
Yeah, basically, if we need to make our way in.
If you want to make your way in, this is a feast, right? Feast will be catered and protected. That means if it's a villa, it's going to be fancy. If it's a fancy, there are only so many spots that they can guard. Like I said, you'll probably get found out pretty easily if you try to blend in, but there's back doors, alternate routes, ventilations. Personally, I think that the best disguise is a bold smile and the assertion that you belong there. The sneakiest entrance is the front door if you sell it right. But that's just me. I kind of just want to see what'll happen. This calm voice sifts through Jade's mind, sounding almost like their own thoughts, although they know that they're not.
Do you have a third question?
This is just Tammy Jade's brain and neurons thinking out loud here. If Alessandra is the puppet master, if she is the brains of the operation. Just wondering. I'm thinking on maybe potentially how how to get this stash of this gold shit, the source of their power, away from them. And I'm just kind of wondering out loud if Alessandra would be the place to hit that, to get that, and cut off that supply.
Is that your question?
Yeah, basically along those lines, like just kind of ruminating if it is her that is the ringleader of all of this. Does she obviously have the power? How would she have gotten this power? How can I get it? Yeah, it's all those kind of little individual thoughts. Like, is it definitely her that would be the ultimate ringleader? Because it was Delia that called her the Donna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would usually be the person.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to close this so you have a voice in your head.
Yep.
Well, if Alessandra's in charge, and she's been doing this and the Falzonis have been running this for a long time, then it seems the first question is, why hasn't she been doing this earlier? This seems to have just started, right? So let's wind back and change our perspective a little bit. You have to know what to question and question what you know. Because if they're having a feast, that means that they're having it now. That means that they have this opportunity. If I had a power like that, I'd keep it in a pocket or a flask or a vial and carry it with me all the time. But if they're not doing that, that means they can't do that. If they can't do that, that means they don't have access to it all the time. So the question becomes, where are they getting it from and where are they getting it sourced? Because it's imported. You feel these eyes watching you with disdain as your voice grows stronger. It says, oh, Jade, Jade, Jade. You see things in such an organized and structured way. So you tend to see things for what they are. It makes you very clever at seeing the things that are there, but it makes you very stupid at seeing the things that aren't. Because this whole place is rifts. This whole place is stories. Whole place is things that never were. And you and me, we're special. You know that. We're something incredible. But you know that you and your friends, your minions, your cohorts, they had trouble with all of this back in the alley. So what's a food? Something delicious that could be so powerful as all of this. Oh, I know, but I don't think it'd be fun for me to tell you. Part of me's here because I think you and we understand each other, but a part of me's here for the ride. So, I want to see those gears turn.
I'll just blurt out loud in my room alone. It's those Vienna wieners.
You hear laughter in your brain
Those
fade
little
away.
Cocktail wieners.
The Loki in your mind doesn't have privileged information, but he thinks he's figured this out. But to reiterate, he does not think that Alessandra is the source of this because he thinks that there's too many, they're too precious with this process in a way that wouldn't make sense if they had open access to it. So it must be given to them. He also thinks that you have enough clues to figure out what this weird golden stuff is, but he doesn't want to say.
Mm-hmm. Well, given the shit some of us deal with in dealing with gods and all that, clearly it sounds like some form of ambrosia, but that would be too silly of a possibility. But hello, I've got Loki in my head, so why the fuck not? But in this case,
It would have been great if you came up with that theory before you ran out of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, but in this case here, yeah, I probably should have thought that through, because I'm just thinking. Tammy's wondering, is do they have just certain people that they allow to have this in order to enhance their powers because they already have something, so therefore they've already got certain people that they want to have on their list. I wonder if a group text, I'll mention all this to them. Wondering if the Donna might think one of us has enough of a power that she would want to recruit. And then we can sort of have an in for at least someone that way. How do we get on our radar? Like in less than a day.
I mean, I could pretend to be my boss.
That's interesting. But before we go any further, Reed, you have your downtime left. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about procuring a shotgun.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want it to have like one round, or do you want it to have like bullets for a while?
Bullets for a while. More than
Okay, so that's
just
2
the one.
juice. That's 1 juice to get the shotgun, 1 juice
It's
to
an
make
Italian
it ongoing.
family. You can't have just one bullet.
You get
They
the
go
1 juice for the.
Sorry.
I love you. You can get 1 juice for the shotgun, 1 juice for it make it ongoing, and then you can spend another juice to make it more effective, or you can spend a juice on something else.
Make it a sawed off, and that way I can hide it.
Don't forget
Make
to
it
give
a
it a
gun.
name.
You gotta name it, Reed.
My little friend.
First off, that's a Tommy gun.
Okay, I don't know my
Okay, so your
weapon.
shotgun's name is Tommy. What do you want to do for the rest of the
So, yeah, I think I'll get myself a firearm that's concealable. Something that I can easily keep on my person if shit goes down.
All right. You get this shotgun. Sawed-off shotgun named Tommy that you can hide. You guys have the shotgun. Tammy, I like your theories. I didn't want to stop you. I wanted to make sure that Reed had some time too.
Oh, he knows
but I like
to
your
talk
theories.
for nothing.
So what do you guys want to do? What do you want to plan for? I kind of want to skip the fade out thing where you guys talk about the session at the end. Because we haven't really been using it that much. But what do you guys want to set up for next session? What are you guys planning?
Ugh.
You want to use Allison to impersonate one of her boss and get in?
One thing that I was thinking was that I might stop holding back on the city.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. If you're willing to swing wide enough, that's kind of the end of planning. I seriously was thinking, he's going to stop holding back. He's going to really try. I wonder what it's the ability.
I mean, that's definitely a good plan for, like, if all else fails at the dinner. at the thing.
Well,
Mhm.
what I was kind of thinking was that I'd, stop holding back and just basically gridlock the city
Oh, you can
so
do that. You
nobody
are
can
the
get
city.
where they're supposed to be.
Oh, okay. That would be so like basically jam up so there's like minimal, very super minimal attendance at the dinner and just go in.
Yes.
Oh, I like it. Um,
Do it.
as the group plans, I'm gonna fade out here. As the group plans, they can stop holding back. They can hold the whole city hostage. They've already got one city hostage within the private dimension created by CJ Beldam. But elsewhere, a man walks.
Down the streets.
He does. A man walks down the road, unaware of what's going on around him, his head hanging back, his eyes hanging open, his hands outstretched as he walks. Three dogs that come into the middle of Miller's Square and start sniffing around notice something, begin barking and snapping as they notice the scent of something that is definitely unpleasant to them. Three something's definitely unpleasant to them. Elsewhere in the Falzoni villa,
Taking
Alessandra
offense to this.
Alessandra sits, finishes reading a book, gets told that it's time, calmly puts it down, gets up. She's wearing a black dress that almost looks like a funeral gown, and strides, almost flows to the main room to prepare and approve of final preparations for the great feast. Elsewhere, Delia makes her plans, looking at a blueprint and then deciding to just tear it down and maybe go for something a little bit more direct. Honeylips practices his acceptance speech. He's very proud. Elsewhere, different things are happening in this spot, in this spot, in this spot. But what's true universally is that without knowing each other, without considering each other, without one thought to one another in mind, they are all planning their bid for the fate of Miller's Square. And we'll see who wins. I'll see you all next week for the finale of this adventure. Thank you for watching. Ali said, "You thinking Rift of Lutheria?" I actually genuinely, truly, in my heart of hearts, was considering the final boss being the Rift of Lutheria. That was a real thing, and I nixed it. And hold on, Alexa, hold on, wait. You'll see what I mean later. But I seriously almost made the final boss of this the Rift of Lutheria. Thank you for playing. I know it was like a little weird ride. What are you guys thinking of this so far? How are you feeling about this story and this adventure and the system?
It's interesting.
It's
Interesting,
looser. It's hard to really say just because we've had a
Mhm.
couple of days, but the progression seems really important, and it doesn't seem like we're really going to be in a position where we can do that either.
Yeah, that's very true. I need to do that more. I should have
personally
focused
feel
on
like-
more.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I personally feel like it might land better in person,
Mhm.
where there's a little bit less of that, like, what just happened, where you're like waiting for somebody else to say something so you don't interrupt, but then you interrupt, but then everyone stops. Because it feels
Yeah.
like the kind of thing that needs to, like, kind of gather steam.
That's fair. I get you. And all right, I get you. So if you guys are watching this, feel free to stop by next week. Give us a follow. We'll see y'all soon. We're going to be wrapping this up, but I'm glad you're all here. I'm grateful for you, and you guys all have a great night.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.